Welcome to Rise and Unwind, a show where we focus on lifestyle, wellness, and feel-good stories to start your day. My name is Kayla, and here's what we have coming up next.
Once I got my diagnosis, I was really struggling. Like, this is the best it gets. This is the best I'm gonna feel.
All that and more on Rise and Unwind.
Do you ever wish you could pull off the perfect diamond heist and just disappear in a cloud of smoke? The new suspense thriller, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, brings the four horsemen out of retirement, or maybe five, we'll find out. There adds a new generation of illusionists and stacks the decks with mind-bending twists, prison breaks, and one very big diamond. Lizzy Caplan is back as magician Lula May, who's suiting up with the horsemen for their wildest caper yet. Lizzy Caplan joins us now. Lizzy, thanks for hanging out with us, my friend. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
All right, the return of Lula May. Fans were buzzing when they realized Lula is back in this movie, kind of right in the middle of a big diamond heist. What was the most exciting part about slipping back into Lula May's world of cons, disguises, illusions, and injuring yourself violently?
Yeah, well, that's pretty much everything. I love playing this character. She's ridiculous. She doesn't shy away from being ridiculous. Her tricks are insane, and her attitude about everything is pretty bonkers. So any excuse to slip back into her shoes, I will happily take. Not to mention, I love all of my castmates so deeply on this one that it just doesn't feel like work when we get to make these movies.
And pushing the magic further, this one feels bigger and let's just say, I guess, twistier.
I agree. I think there's more twists in this one for sure.
From your point of view, how did Now You See Me, Now You Don't raise the stakes compared to some of the earlier films?
Like you say, they just the locations keep getting more wild and far-flung. The thriller itself, the heist itself becomes bigger and bigger. And the performances, I hope, become even more fun to watch as we really settle into like playing these characters now for many, many years.
And you were mentioning some of your favorite people are in this film. We could go through the list, like Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Morgan Freeman,
all great.
Pike. Yep.
A+s across the board.
But you got newbies in here: Ariana
Yes.
Greenblatt, Justin Smith, and Dominic Sessa. Any words about them?
They were amazing. You know, you never know if new people, especially with such a huge generation gap, are going to vibe as well as the rest of us do. And they absolutely did. They fit in seamlessly. They are wonderful additions.
And just to let you know, I don't want to expose myself like this, but I'm a magician. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a magician. So I heard that you guys work with real magicians and consultants behind the scenes. And who were you learning from on this film? And what kind of magic training looked like for you this time around? And who told you all the secrets?
Yeah, I have to say I had very little magic training, kind of no magic training on this third movie. I had to do practice with the doves, releasing doves. But that was kind of it. The rest of them had to go to magic school. They learned a bunch of stuff. I learned stuff on the second movie. I'm not a magician. I didn't keep it up. So now I once again know no magic.
Okay, we won't hold it against you. You do make magic look really cool, because I know magicians and not a lot of them are as cool as you guys, all right? That's how I just got to say.
Hey, listen, thanks.
Why see it in a theater without spoiling any of the twists? What do you hope audiences feel when the credits roll, and why is this kind of the heist movie that really plays best on a huge big screen?
Well, I think that there aren't as many movies these days that feel like they were meant to be watched in a movie theater with an audience of people while you're eating popcorn and just enjoying it with a room full of people. It's one of those movies. It is pure entertainment. It's not for sitting and watching it on your phone, although I guess if you want to do that like down the line, sure. But for your first viewing, you should go to the theater, bring your family, bring your parents, bring your kids. It's genuinely fun for people of all ages. These movies don't come around that often anymore.
Lizzy Caplan, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can catch Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's in theaters now for showtimes, theaters, and more on the film. Head to nowyouseme.movie and look for the hashtag Now You See Me on social media. Lizzy, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
What happens when ambition, loyalty, and survival collide in the oil fields of West Texas?
Landman from Oscar-nominated creator Taylor Sheridan is back on Paramount Plus, and season 2 is already making waves. So joining me this morning are Jacob Lofland, who stars as Cooper Norris, and Mustafa Speaks, who brings serious intensity as Boss. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Good.
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good. All right, season 2 dives right in. Where do we pick up with your characters and how have things changed since last season?
It's really a direct continuation. I think we're jumping right back into things, and yeah, we've got a filled season with a star-studded cast and some great writing to bring off the page, and hope the world loves it.
And Taylor Sheridan's shows always have this like raw, real energy. What's it like working with him and his storytelling world and getting that distinct Sheridan grit?
Well, for me, I can liken it to just being in the locker room, you know, in a football season, playing in a championship game. I mean, it's just that real, raw, authentic energy. And Taylor is just so focused and has such a vision for what it is he wants that you can trust his leadership, and that trickles all the way down.
Agreed. That's beautiful.
And the show captures both the boom and the burden of the oil industry. How did you both bring that emotional weight to your performances?
I think we were fortunate enough in the first season. They put us in a roughneck camp, and it really opened our eyes to the world and the dedication, the risk involved, the danger that's just element and looming every day. So that really helped us to put ourselves in it. When you realize what's on the line, what's at stake, it raises the bar just a touch.
And you both have worked on some pretty big projects like Joker 2, Joe Pickett, Maze Runner. What makes Landman stand out for you guys personally?
Well, for me, what stands out is just the story. I mean, of course, not taking anything away from all of the other projects, amazing projects I've worked on, but this just has a distinct stamp. And the stamp is what makes it so popular amongst the people is the authenticity and telling this story that otherwise would have never been told. The people that work in the oil field and control things that we need and use every day. So I absolutely love and gravitate toward real authentic projects like this.
And for anyone who hasn't started season 2 yet, what makes this the perfect time to catch up? And what moments are you most excited for viewers to actually see?
Well, it's a hard question. I don't think I have any moments specifically. I think as a whole, it's just there was so much hard work that went into this season, and it's such a great story. We get to dive into these characters and really get to know who they are, even more so than the first season. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to people's reaction to the entire thing in a whole.
All right.
Hey, I want to thank you two for joining me this morning. You could stream season 2 of Landman right now exclusively on Paramount Plus. It stars Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore, Andy Garcia, Sam Elliott, and of course, our guests, Jacob Lofland and Mustafa Speaks. It's a story of power, pressure, and survival in the heart of West Texas. Don't miss it. I want to thank you two for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having
my
us.
pleasure.
From comedy to music to reality TV, Love and Hip Hop Miami has always been about big personalities and even bigger life moments. This season, familiar faces are stepping in very different chapters, both on and off camera. We caught up with Michael Blackson, Amara Negra, and Miami legend Trick Daddy to talk growth, legacy, and what viewers can expect this season. Welcome to the show, you three.
Oh my God, I love you so much. This is so much fun. Let's do it.
Michael, fans are seeing a very personal chapter for you this season. Becoming a father again wasn't exactly part of the plan, but how has that changed your perspective right now?
You know what? Here's the thing. You know, my youngest, prior to the 2 new babies, my youngest are twin boys that are 18 years old. I mean, I really felt like I was done. You know, felt like I was free now to, you know, no more child support. I could just run the word and just do whatever I wanted to do. And then all of a sudden, this happened. It was nothing that was planned. It just happened. But the thing about the babies, every time that I pick them up and look at them, they put a smile on my face. They give you a reason to live longer, you know. So babies are nothing but a blessing from God, and they encourage you to like live longer and work harder because you just want to see you want to watch them grow. So they've been a new bundle of joy in my life, and they are boys, and you know, there's nothing like an African man giving birth to 2 new kings. You know, so it's a great feeling. I'm not even going to front on it, even though it was nothing that I was looking forward to, I was looking forward to happening. But when it happened, it brought me a new life.
Amara, viewers have watched you grow for years, not just personally, but as a businesswoman and a mom. As this new season begins, where are you right now?
Thank you so much. Well, look, I have launched Eternal Beauty. Is doing very well. This collaboration that I did with this Mexican company called Cermats. Now we're putting out my second perfume called Revenge, because success is the best revenge. And that will be coming out soon as well. I continue to invest in real estate, continue to grow the legacy for my daughters. And every birthday, every October, I buy a new property, which I think is so important for the Black community to leave something for the next generation to come. I'm working on Desiguales, the talk show that I do Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. on Univision. I will be doing a movie next year. I'm already working with my acting coach to get those things together. I'm always looking to evolve and grow and take advantage of the wave while it's high. And obviously, I want people to continue watching Love and Hip Hop Miami, even though that I'm not always the proudest of my behavior or the stories that may come out. I think that the most important thing is that our lives are relatable to many people. I believe that there's a lot of lessons learned from watching this show. And yes, it's entertaining, but if you really pay attention and you look at the depth of the stories, there are many things that are very relatable to the people that watch. And on my behalf, the one thing I can tell all females, make sure to do your research. Make sure to do your research before you start dating anyone. Expose them, put pictures. Don't do it. But other than that, I'm doing very well.
Trick, you're already an icon in Miami, but this season people are seeing more of your personal life, a bit beyond the music, the business, the community work. What side of you are viewers getting now?
But I'm just gonna try to be myself. You know what I'm saying? Stay afloat. And I'm getting older now. So I opened up another restaurant in the Fort Lauderdale area in the Six Trunk neighborhood. And I'm trying to open up my breakfast spot because Sundays has a sister company affiliated with it called Blue Hen. So y'all be looking forward to the breakfast spot. And I'm just doing, I'm like Michael Black. I appreciate people like Michael Blackson. He's trying to make America black again by bringing more kids into the, to the world. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to also do that without trying to bash anybody, without trying to do anything. Florida just turned blue. I just want y'all to know that. It's going to be a lot of changes. Nobody will be bamboozled. Nobody will be tricked and fooled no more. Florida just turned blue. During the government shutdown, me and my business partner, along with Reggie Leon of Miami Gardens, we fed all the federal workers who didn't get paid. We fed them every day, every chance we got, and we fed them for free, and they appreciate it. And all of us, we got to stick together because we got to live in this world together, man.
I want to thank you three for joining me today. New chapters, real growth, and no shortage of stories. Love and Hip Hop Miami returns with a brand new season, Tuesdays at 8 Eastern and Pacific on BET. And this one digs a little deeper. I want to thank you three for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
That's right.
Love you. Besito. Bye.
Do you ever feel like you're juggling family schedules, screen time, and self-care pretty much all at once? TikTok recently launched a new free resource designed to make those everyday moments a little easier to manage. So joining us is Lisa Hayes, TikTok's head of safety public policy, who are here to share how the new ForYou calendar can help families stay organized and how parents can tailor TikTok settings to fit their household. Welcome to the show, Lisa. How are you, my friend?
Thanks for having me, Dan. I'm doing well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. TikTok's ForYou calendar just launched. What inspired this idea? And what problems were you hoping that it would solve for families?
Well, the ForYou calendar is our latest resource designed to help families have conversations about their online experiences and to build balanced digital habits together. If your schedule is anything like mine, you are still recovering from the holidays, you're getting the kids back to school, you're trying to stick to the New Year's resolutions. What I love about this calendar is that it is designed to help families work together to be intentional about how they are spending their time each week, both online and offline. It is a free physical calendar that lets you look at your week at a glance, planning your day-to-day activities alongside mindful moments. We've partnered with Linda Tong Planners. Linda is a very talented artist who has created this calendar in a way to spark conversation about families and to really make it easier to sit down with your teens, to think about how you're going to hold on to those 2026 resolutions and get to the end of the week ticking off everything you've planned to do at the start of the week.
And this calendar isn't just about appointments. It focuses on mindful moments. And how does that reflect what you're seeing from families using TikTok pretty much every day?
The calendar is not just about organization, it's also about connection. It is designed to help families start conversations about how you are spending your time. And the hope is that those conversations can help you build healthy habits as a family. I know in my family, we will be using this calendar every weekend to sit down and look out at the coming week together as a group. One of my New Year's resolutions is to try to get more sleep. So if I learn from my teenager that she has an early morning soccer game on Saturday, I know that I should not be scheduling a late night dinner on Friday. The idea is to spark conversation, build connection as a family, and all be moving forward through the week together, being intentional about how you are spending your time.
Okay, so I shouldn't be staying out till 3 a.m. when I have interviews at 8 a.m. Okay, I got this.
I mean, or maybe you should. It's about being intentional about whether you should be doing that and making a conscious choice about the right schedule.
All right. And you also partnered with small business owner and creator Linda Tong Planners on this. Why was it important to collaborate with a creator for this project?
Well, Linda Tong's content on TikTok is fantastic. If you'd like to see how she creates these calendars behind the scenes, you should definitely check her out on TikTok. It's important to us because small businesses are just a critical part of the TikTok community. And if you are able to go to the ForYou calendar hashtag, you'll get some ideas of how parents and others on TikTok, other creators, are using this calendar already with their families to plan those intentional moments.
And while families are organizing their schedules, you're also encouraging them to review their TikTok settings. What are a couple of simple tools that parents may not realize are already available for them?
I know we're asked to do a lot as parents. That's why TikTok has built in more than 50 safety and privacy protections for teenagers that are on by default. But every parent should take the opportunity at the start of a new year to go check out family planning. Family pairing. Family pairing is our tool that lets parents connect to their teens' TikTok's accounts and to put conversations in place as a family about what the right experience is for their teen on TikTok. How much time should your teen be spending on TikTok? Are there certain hashtags or filters that you might want to filter out of their experience? Every family is different. Every child within a family is different. And the family pairing feature lets you have the conversation with your teen about how to help make sure that their TikTok experience is not only safe, but is also fun and the right one for them.
And as a mom yourself, what advice do you give families living in this new digital world when it comes to finding balance? Not perfection, but balance.
Always start these conversations with your teens from a place of curiosity. What are they doing online? How are they spending their time? What creators make them laugh and bring them joy? In my family, we love watching TikToks together and seeing who interacts and relates with what content. I love travel talk. I mean, I love to think about future dream vacations. My daughter loves book talk. She loves to discover new authors. My octogenarian dad loves STEM talk and the latest science content. But the important thing is that we are doing this together as a family, building sort of constructive conversations about what we are doing online, and that we're starting those conversations from a place of curiosity, learning what everybody else in your family, particularly your teens, is doing online is my number one tip as a parent. Start from curiosity and let your teen teach you how they are navigating the online world.
Lisa Hayes, I want to thank you for joining us today. Where can we go for more information and maybe get this calendar?
Well, we want the calendar to be as accessible as possible, so we have partnered with Linda Tong to provide a limited number of the calendars for free by visiting lindatongplanners.com. She will ship you the calendar directly to your house. And as I mentioned, check out the hashtag ForYou calendar to get some ideas about how other families are using the calendar to build intentional moments online and offline.
Lisa Hayes, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Ever wonder what would happen if the whole world suddenly got too happy and you were the one person who couldn't go along with it? Apple TV has a brand new series called Pluribus, where a mysterious event connects pretty much everyone, and somehow that perfect world feels like a nightmare. Rhea Seehorn stars as Carol, the most miserable person on Earth, who might be the only person who can stop it. Rhea Seehorn is here with us today. Welcome to the show, Rhea. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. Thanks.
All right. So for people that are just hearing about Pluribus, what is the simplest way to describe Carol and the moment that her world kind of flips upside down?
Simple? I'm not sure I can pull that one off. Okay. So Carol was kind of is, but was a successful romance novelist, but very much a misanthrope, fault finder, can't enjoy anything, has to say what's wrong with everything, and has this world event happen that moves somewhat like a virus, where everybody except 13 people are immune, and she's one of the immune people to this thing that makes everybody habitually peaceful and content, and happy. And they all have one brain. You're still in your own mortal body, but you share one hive mind. Carol thinks this is a horrible thing. And even among the other immune people, a lot of them think, why is this so bad? And that's sort of an integral question that the show explores from a lot of different angles of how do you define happiness? How do you define contentment? How do you define individuality and freedom and success? And what is worth the cost of some of those things?
And it also looks like Carol has this dream life, but she's still miserable. And I can relate. What did you latch onto emotionally when you first read who she is and who she's kind of fighting against?
I felt like wait, say your question again. I'm sorry. I didn't want my cat to bother you.
Oh, no, I'm down with cats. We got cats in our studio, so okay. Cat life is the best life that we have. It was basically saying, when you read the script, what did you latch onto emotionally and when you saw that she was kind of fighting against the world, I guess?
Yeah, many things. And one of them being that I had to constantly keep in mind that there is a very personal obstacle she has weighing her down. In addition to losing the world, she lost her wife. And we wanted that grief to stay real and present and not just be something that you're just over the next day. And I kind of would start from that place some days because I thought it's hard to take in, if you're a real person that this is happening to, the larger aspects of what is going on in the world. And there's many times where she's, the Simpsons character of old man yelling at clouds. And she's just the only person screaming and no one understands why. And so I just kept reminding myself to try to be as honest as I could in those moments. And Vince writes in a way that allows those moments of honesty, which I think are always the way to bring the audience in on the journey with me.
And the show plays with this big question, is that joined happiness a utopia, or is it something darker? As an actor, how do you stay grounded in the reality of the story while everything around just kind of feels uncanny?
Just like I was just saying, I just look for what is the real person in the middle of this? What is the real reaction? So yeah, most of us have not had a situation where we felt like the entire world was invaded by some kind of alien virus that was making them happy. But we have all been in rooms, most of us, I think, where you feel like you're the only person shouting that the barn's on fire. Mm-hmm. And you look crazy shouting it. And everyone's like, wow, you should really settle down. And it just is making you crazier and crazier. So I was just constantly look for what are the things that are most like this, as if that you can just start the build from there and then raise the stakes.
And you and Vince Gilligan have such a strong creative history. I could tell that there's a big difference in the tone of Pluribus compared to what people might expect from him. But how did he open this up and let you explore in what you did with Carol?
For some people, this is Vince going back to his roots because he started on X-Files. So they were prepared to have him do sci-fi. He actually told me almost nothing. He just said it has nothing to do with the Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul world. It has a sci-fi element, and I just want to send you the script and see what you think. And I went on the same wild ride that you guys did watching the pilot. I was just like, this is nuts, and this is going to be so much fun.
Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Pluribus is streaming now on Apple TV. If you like smart sci-fi with suspense, dark humor, and a big, wait, what would I do question or two, this one's going to stick with you. So check it out on Apple TV. Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sometimes art says the things we don't have the words for. February is Rare Disease Month, and today we're spotlighting systemic mastocytosis, a rare chronic condition that can impact people in very different and unpredictable ways. Vanessa Hine lives with SM and teamed up with artist Emma Lyons through the Colors of SM program to share her journey through art. I'm so glad you're both here.
Wonderful. Good. Thank you.
So, Vanessa, you've dealt with symptoms for years before your diagnosis. What was that experience like emotionally and physically?
It was very challenging. I mean, sometimes I would get hives for no reason, and I would just play it off as, oh, I have hives today. It's not a big deal. Or foods would bother me, and I just thought, well, maybe I'm just allergic to it. And then I got bone pain and fatigue, and I started kind of hiding my symptoms. I didn't really want anybody to know what I was struggling with, so I just didn't talk about it for a long time, and it was very hard to even just to talk to the doctors about it and to describe everything that I was going through, because it doesn't sound real when you put it all together.
And what made you want to share your story through the Colors of SM program?
Once I got my diagnosis, I was really struggling. Like, this is the best it gets. This is the best I'm going to feel. And so I was searching online, trying to find answers for myself. And I came across the program. And I thought maybe if I talk about it, I can learn to accept it and move on and tell my family I was hiding everything, and they probably should know. So I decided to apply and just put everything into it and actually force myself to talk about everything. And that did help me to accept that I do have a diagnosis of systemic mastocytosis.
And what message do you hope people take away when they hear your story?
I think the biggest message I want to put out is to learn to listen to your own body, learn your symptoms, learn your triggers, and to find a doctor who knows about it and can help you find the correct treatment that will help you.
And Emma, when Vanessa first shared her story with you, what stood out most?
I had never heard of systemic mastocytosis before, so it was brand new to me, and I wanted to make sure I really captured her struggles, because every symptom she had was such a wide array of symptoms, and the unpredictable triggers that she went through made me realize how strong she had to be to overcome these challenges every single day. So I really wanted to bring the complexity and layers of her journey into this painting.
And how did you turn her journey into something visual and meaningful?
Of course. I told her story through layers. So the first layer, for example, is her favorite color and represents who she is at her core as a human before calling herself a patient. So the second layer is the chaos that SM brings into her life. And then the third and final layer is the peace and represents the calm that she created for herself while learning how to advocate for her own needs.
And where can viewers go to learn more or find out how to participate?
Absolutely. Go to colorsofsm.com, and there you can learn more about the disease, learn more about the program, and apply to participate. We're so honored to be working with Blueprint Medicines and be able to spread the word about SM through this program.
Vanessa, Emma, I want to thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
That's it this week for Rise and Unwind. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. For more episodes and updates, be sure to follow us on social media. That's at Rise Unwind. If you'd like to be on our show, head to our website at riseunwindtv.com and fill out the form. And if you'd like us to be on your show, surprise, it's the same form. We're organized like that. And lastly, we're on YouTube at Rise Unwind. If you maybe want to click that little bell to stay updated and check back next week. Until then, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time on Rise and Unwind.